Hello everyone and welcome. Dawn here. I'm excited to be participating in the Whimsy Stamps Down on the Farm hop. We are very excited you could join us on this hop. To start, I just want to let you know that the next stop on the hop is listed in the description below. Each stop in the hop is sharing a project featuring the Whimsy Stamps Chicken Coop Die Set, plus a couple other products that I'll cover throughout the video. So be sure to hop along to each stop in the hop for a chance to win a $25 gift card to the Whimsy Stamps Online Shop, sponsored by Whimsy Stamps. One winner will be chosen at random via a YouTube random comment picker, so be sure to leave a comment. The winner will be listed on the Whimsy Stamps YouTube channel in the description box of the Down on the Farm video hop. So let's get started. This chicken coop die set is an 11-piece die set. However, some pieces cut out multiple items. For example, the ladder is grouped with the two shelves. The pitchfork is grouped with all the hinges, and you get multiple eggs that cut out together. You get 3 different size nests as well. So this is a pretty big die set. It cuts out 27 pieces in total. So I went ahead and die cut all of my pieces. I'm sticking to mostly brown colors, but there's no right or wrong way to assemble this coop. You can make it as colorful as you want, and you could use whatever pieces you want. I chose not to use all the pieces today. I chose to start out with a craft colored cardstock for the main part of the coop. I was going for a more traditional type of a coop. All the colors of the cardstock I use are listed in the description below. To start, I want to make my coop look kind of rustic, so I'm going to ink blend it with some Distress Oxide inks. I use my ink blending brush and Distress Oxide Vintage Photo to distress the door of the coop. I focus on the outer edge of the door mostly because I want the edges to be darker than the center of the door. Then I take the Distress Oxide Walnut Stain and I distress the decorative piece that goes across the top of the coop. I just focus on the outer edges of that as well. Then I take the walnut stain and I go around the whole edge of the coop, focusing on all the outer edge, trying to make it much darker than the center of the coop. Once I was done with my brown inks, I'm actually going to take some black ink and I'm going to put it a very light coat all around the edge of the coop where I just put all the walnut stain. This will actually help distress it and make the outer edge look even older and more worn. I'll also put some of the black ink all around the edges of the door, and this is going to help blend the whole coop all together. Then I distress the window frame. I will start with the walnut stain again and go around the whole frame. And then I'll bring in the black ink again and go around the whole frame where I just put the walnut stain. Next, I add some of the walnut stain ink around all the edges of the straw nest to make them look like they're a little distressed as well. For the eggs, I take a golden yellow color and I put a light amount around the edges of the egg, keeping the center of the egg on the lighter side and focusing more on the outer edge of the egg. For the outer egg shell, I didn't really want to color on them. I just wanted them to look a little old and dirty, so I went around all the edges of them with the Distress Oxide Hickory Smoke ink, tapping most of the ink off onto the paper and then just putting a very light coat around the edges. Now it's time to start assembling the card. I started to put foam tape all around the outer edge of the coop when I realized I wanted to put my mesh wire on the inside of the cage first. So I just pulled up my foam tape and then I glued the mesh wire in place, and then I put the foam tape over the mesh wire. I put some foam tape on the back of the window frame and I put it over the mesh wire. For the nests, I found it was easier to glue the nests to the shelves first, then place them where I wanted them to go. This way the pieces weren't constantly moving all around. I glued the legs to the yellow eggs and then I put the white shell over them. And for the broken eggs, I put a little glue on the bottom of the shell and then I stick the legs inside the holes, and then I just repeat the process for all of the eggs. I take a piece of cream colored paper and I cut it to 8.5 by 7 and I scored it at 3.5 inches. I glue my eggs and nest where I want them to go on the card front, and then I put glue on the foam tape to make it easier to move the coop around if I need to, and then I cover the eggs on the card. I glue one of the nests inside the door. I put foam tape on the back of one of the standing eggs and I place it coming out of the door. I glue the hinges and the door handle onto the door. I glue the decorative wood strip across the top of the chicken coop. And then I decided I wanted another egg coming out of the coop door, so I glued a broken egg above the other egg, making it look like it was coming out of the nest. Then I took 4 of the smaller nests and I glued them across the top of the coop. I added the pitchfork to the right side of the coop, and then I stamped the sentiment Farm Fresh 25 cents from the Butt Nugget stamp set and put foam tape on the back of it and adhered it to the coop door. I stamped the sentiment Don't Let Anyone Ruffle Your Feathers, also from the Butt Nugget stamp set, and adhered it to the top right of the coop. Then I colored in one of the chickens from the Butt Nugget stamp set and pulled up the nest on the top right hand corner and slid the chicken in and then glued the nest back down. And that will complete my card for today. Be sure to leave a comment below for a chance to win the $25 gift certificate, and don't forget to click on the link in the description to hop on over to the next stop. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a wonderful day.